Hello, 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 and welcome to another video here with Club Danube. Sorry, another stream here with Club Danube. Just give me a minute while I sort out some settings, some audios, and I'll leave you to enjoy this beautiful scenery where we are today. I'll get into the details of the flight in a minute. Give you guys a chance to log in. So I'll start in about 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, everything seems to be in order. So let me welcome you guys properly to today's stream. Hello, hello, hello. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And today we have a bush hopping trip for you. We're in Puerto Rico right now. Hello, Anas. Anas has joined us in the chat. Hello, Anas. Today we are flying in Puerto Rico using the King Air 350i, the Asobo version. Today's flight is pretty exciting and quite extreme as well. We're going to be bush hopping, obviously. As you can see from the livery, we have a nice bush hoppers livery that we are flying with today. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the green. How luscious is that around us? The greenery in the scenery is pretty cool, isn't it? It really is. I really love this livery as well. Appreciating this particular livery and the greenery in this scenery. Anyway, I'm just messing about. Let me take you through today's flight. We will depart from Tambor in Puerto Rico, MRTR, take off from Tambor, and our final destination today will be Nicoya. It's Nicoya or Nisoya, it's spelled with a C. So I'm gonna go ahead and pronounce it Nicoya. If anyone who speaks Spanish, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, you can forgive me, I hope. But today's flight will be from Tambor to Nicoya, and we are in Tambor right now in live time and live weather. Let me just go ahead and show you guys that we are using live time and live weather here at Tambor. Let me show you that once again. I feel like I closed that too soon. There it is. And we will end up at Nicoya today. The total the thing is that we're not flying directly to Nicoya, obviously not. We will be stopping at a number of airstrips and airports along the way. Let me take you through the stops that we'll be using today. We'll be flying from Tambor directly to La Havia Airport. It's spelled J-A-V-I-L-L-A. I assume it's pronounced Havia. So we are going towards La Havia Airport, a tiny airport, by the way, where we will perform a touch and go. It has a grass runway, and we'll perform a touch and go at La Havia. It's very difficult. There are very tall trees, just like the ones that you're seeing right now, at the end of the runway. So we have to kind of make an unrealistic climb to clear those trees. So it will be exciting to see what we do there. Touch and go at La Havia. Followed by that, we will fly to Islita Airport, where we'll perform a complete stop and go. I decided to call it a stop and go. I don't even know if that's a proper way of referring to it, but I'll refer to it as a stop and go. We'll come to a complete stop at the runway. We'll turn around, maybe have a look around the airport, take in the scenery, and then we will depart straight out. Not too much. There won't be too much of a delay in any way. We'll just quickly take off from there, spend a couple of minutes at the airport and leave. It has it's either asphalt or concrete or bituminous or whatever, I don't know, but it's not grass or dirt. It's a paved runway at Islita. Followed by Slita, we'll fly on to Carrillo. Carrillo, the code is MRCR. We're going to be performing a full landing at Carrillo as well. Very difficult to perform a touch and go there, but we'll perform a full landing there. It has a dirt/grass runway at Carrillo, so that'll be fun. Followed by that, we will move on to Samara Airport, where we'll perform a touch and go. We will not come to a complete stop. We will perform a touch and go. Then we'll move on to Nozara, where we'll perform our last touch and go, and that will be our last airfield that we visit before moving on to our final destination of Nicoya, where we will land and come to a complete stop. That will bring us to an end for today's flight. Now, I know it sounds really long with all these airfields that I'm listing, but in reality, it's not that long. It's quite short because these airports are actually really close to each other. That's an important point to remember. They are dotted, apart from our takeoff and landing point, which are both inland. Apart from our takeoff and landing, which are both inland. I should clarify that. Apart from our departure and final destination, that is Tambor and Nicoya, these two are both inland. The rest of the airfields we're stopping at today are right by the water, right by the coast of Puerto Rico. We're on the western side today. So yeah, this would be quite fun and quite dangerous as well. We're probably not gonna use autopilot. If we do, it's going to be very, very minimal, because there's literally no time to use autopilot on these very short legs. On some of these airports, we might actually perform a flyover. We might actually loop around the airfield, enjoy the scenery before we actually come in for a touch and go or stop and then go. Okay, I have explained today's flight for long enough. So a quick look around here. Let's head inside, get this aircraft started up from cold and dark. I have a nice little checklist that I have drawn up using a number of YouTube channels for reference. Did some research on Google, and I also used the Asobo checklist as well as my own intuition to come up with this particular checklist that I'm going to be following today. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead inside. Before we go inside, let me just check the chat one last time. If anyone has said hello. Anas has asked us how long it will be approximately. Today's flight will approximately take 1 hour. Yeah, that's it. Even with all the stop and goes, I don't even think it's going to take an hour, maybe 45 minutes, 1 hour, depending on how it's a bush hopping. You can never really tell for sure. Okay, let's head inside and get this started. No more need for delays. Here we are inside the beautiful King Air. How can you not appreciate this aircraft? It's so lovely. I just wish it was study level, but it is pretty decent for a stock aircraft. Look at that. Very, very lovely aircraft. And on the larger side for an aircraft that you would perform bush hopping with, it's definitely on the larger side. It's probably as large as you'd want to go for a bush hop, I guess. I don't know. Let's get started. We'll hide the yokes here. Batteries can come to on. Our nav lights can come to on. Let people know that we are in the aircraft. Let's turn on our recognition lights as well. Make sure our parking brakes are set, and yes, they are. We can see it here. Throttles can come to idle. Yes, they are at idle. Prop lever can be cracked open here. We'll remove it from the feather position. Condition lever can come down to cutoff. Beacon lights can come on here. Where are our beacon lights? Ah, there they are. Let people know we're starting the engine. Right engine ignition to on here. You can see the propeller will start to turn in a bit, but once N1 reaches 12%, we can then crack open the engine condition. Let's see. Propeller starts to spin, 12%. Engine condition can go to low idle here. We can see the parameters rising here. The ITT, the temperatures. The prop looking good, N1 coming up, oil pressure looking good. Okay, we have 50% on N1. We can turn off the starter. can actually push the condition to high idle now, and our propeller spinning up. Right, nice little noise there. Ah, there it is. Look at that. Lovely, isn't it? Let's go back inside. Let's turn on the right generator here. That's on. Let's do the left ignition now. Left starter, we can push it on here. Waiting for 12% right here. Also see the propeller beginning to spin. And it has begun spinning. 12%. Let's push that to low idle. Look at our parameters. Oil pressure is coming up. The ITT is going up. Propeller looking good. This is all fine, ladies and gentlemen. This is all fine here. And we definitely have 50%. Then we can turn off the starter. Push this to high idle. Left generator can now come on. Our starters are now off. Yes, they are. Everything. We can actually crack open the propeller completely now. Push it to 100%. We could have done this before, by the way. Anyway, condition the propeller condition. No, sorry, the propeller RPM, whatever you want to call it, to max here. Our auto ignitions can now be armed here. Left auto ignition, right auto ignition, both to automatic. Let's turn on our avionics master. Wait for that to load up right there. Yes, it is loading up. Let's set our flight plan for the day. So this thing has a very interesting. You can go here, press on flight plan, active flight plan, add our origin here. MRTR, Tambor, enter. Our destination today.
System test.
Okay. MRNC Nicoya, our destination. Let's add an en route waypoint. All our en route waypoints will be the airfields will be touching and going at, or stopping and then going from. MLLJ, which is La Havia Airport. I hope that's how it's pronounced, but forgive me if I'm wrong. MRIA, which is Islita. MRCR, which is Carrillo. Carrillo. MRMR, which is Samara Airport. Next one is MRNS, which will be our... Oh, sorry, that's Nozara. Nozara, I assume, is... Yeah, it's the last touch and go point. After this, we'll go to MRNC. Okay, we can say we're done with that. Excellent. So we've got our flight plan in here. Let's see, map. There are no procedures today, by the way. We're just flying VFR. There's no need for any of this. No comm frequencies required, no nav frequencies. We're not using any of that today. So let's just continue. CDI source. It's important we select the CDI source as GPS here. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Should we turn them on? We don't even, there's no data, so what am I turning them on for, right? I'll just turn them to GPS, what the hell. Okay, what else? What else? That is it, I believe. The flight plan, map. We definitely don't need two maps, you know. So we can just go ahead and do that. Everything looking good here. Let's go ahead and configure our autopilot for today, which isn't much in this particular. We'll turn on VS just in case we need to use it, and we'll put it at 1,000. Our altitude, let's put it at 2,000. That should be plenty. We do have certain limits today. leg safe altitudes between some of these legs at like 3,000, but we'll just visually clear any obstacles. We won't worry too much about this. This is just in case I need to go outside, show a view, you know, can quickly turn it into autopilot. Okay, we've got a nav. Nav is not engaged. You know, engage it in the air if we need it. VS is off now, but I believe altitude is here. Okay, whatever. Altitude of 200 feet. What? Okay, let's just leave it like this. Flight directors are on here. It says off, but they're already on. Okay, we don't worry about that. We will not worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I think everything that we need to do here, apart from the course. Let's set the course. Our takeoff course for today is 124. That will be that's a runway heading. Course 1 and heading will also be 124 on the dot. Perfect. We are taking off from runway 12, just in case you guys are curious. We'll take off from runway 12, go this way, and then turn around, and then follow the flight plan that we've set. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Taxi lights can now come to on. We can release our parking brakes. Let's go outside. We're not going to use any pushback, just turn straight right. Okay. Taxi lights to on, right there. They are now on. Just use my shortcut, a button on my joystick. We will release the parking brakes. Interesting, that didn't do anything. Come on. Oh, I know. I don't want to crack open the throttle. This aircraft usually begins rolling immediately. I don't know. Okay, anyway, just crack the throttle a little bit to give it a little push. Pitot, heat, etc. need to be turned on. We'll just line up first with the runway. There it is. The runway is... Look at how quickly it just gains speed out of nowhere, doesn't it? Okay, let's just stop it right here. Pitot heats can come on. Our taxi lights can go to off. Takeoff lights can come on. Our strobe lights can come on. Anything else? Yes, we need our flaps to go down to takeoff position. Right there, you see the flaps? Takeoff position. Landing lights are on, strobe lights are on, flaps are set, pitot heats are on. Let's set our transponder to on here. All the lights are set, all the flaps are set, and we are ready for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Before we take off, let me see if anyone has said anything. Just in case. Anybody in the chat? Ah, Max Plains. Howdy indeed. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us once again. Thank you very much. Anyway, we've lined up for takeoff from Tambor. I keep forgetting that name. We are gonna continue this. Today's it's going to be a short but very action-packed bush hopping flight. Anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna release the parking brake and we're gonna begin. You know what? Let me just throttle up a little bit. The runway is pretty short, so why not, right? So, there we go. We are on our way, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we should probably begin rotating this. Yeah. Okay, positive rate. Gear can go up. Push our flaps up yet. We have takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I can maintain this for a while. Not too sure. Let's see. Okay, today I won't be able to check the chats too much, but please do comment when we have a stop and go and we are stopped at an airport. I'll be able to check the chat probably. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin our turn. Flaps can go up and let's begin our turn here. I'm going to turn to my right here. And we are going to follow the path that you can see on our flight plan. Okay, it is very difficult. It is also windy. We're using live weather. It's windy. Plus it's a kind of a hilly area that we are flying through. Plus water meets land, coastal waters, small aircraft, turboprop. Very shaky flight. Nonetheless, we seem to be doing okay. Not exactly the best, but okay. You know, just gonna cut the throttle a little bit. I don't want to go too fast in this flight. It also helps me take control of that VS, which I really do need. Okay. We go for a steep turn here. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely, isn't it? Very, very lovely. 2,000 feet roughly. Just gonna try and maintain that a little bit with constant trimming. This aircraft, oh my goodness. Lovely to fly though. Lovely to fly. Okay, I won't be using autopilot right now. I'm just gonna fly this manually for now. Let's see. All our condition levers are up, right? Okay, I don't want the condition levers to be. Let's quickly go outside and have a look, although I'm not on autopilot. Let's trim that a little bit. Here we are. We took off, I hope you guys can see that runway to the right where we took off from. There it is. Let's continue our journey here on to our next waypoint where we will perform, it's an airstrip, my bad. We're going on to La Havia Airport where we'll perform a touch and go. I'm not traveling too fast today, as you guys can see. Just 180 knots. We're capable of much more, but this flight is short as it is. No need to rush it. We'll enjoy this. Look to our right. Oh wow! I can never get enough of this. You know. Problem is flying this manually in this weather. If I just look outside for a bit, the whole thing just falls apart. I don't want to use autopilot because it starts trimming and then I take control at the last minute and I don't have enough time to adjust the trim. So I'm not going to actually leave it to autopilot on this short leg. It's a very short leg. Let's sit up and enjoy a bit more of those views there. Let me go outside for a bit. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Carnitas. Very nice. Okay, back inside. We've climbed inadvertently to 2,500 feet here. So just let this drop a little bit. Okay. Our range is 5 nautical miles. I should put it at 10 nautical miles. It's a good time to start descending actually. Because we are right about there at our first touch and go point. And we are going to La Havia Airport, MLLJ, as you can see from the GPS if you're able to view it. See? Can you see it? We are going to La Havia Airport here, MLLJ, and yeah, everything is looking good. Sit up actually so we can have a look at the views. At this first, there is MLLJ coming into view. At this first place, we're just going to perform a touch and go. Oh my goodness, cloudy weather? No, I don't want that. It's so difficult to do this in this weather. Okay. Got plenty of altitude. Let's just let the aircraft drop a little bit. I'm just going to cut the throttles out here, put the trim up a little bit. I need to drop that fast. Okay. Okay, right about there. Okay. Excellent. Dropped the flaps to approach, and that immediately pushed us up, as you can see. pressure on this thing. Anyway, got back control here. We're at 2,900 feet, and what we'll do is I know that the runway direction is perpendicular to the coastline here, so we'll just fly directly over it, take a left turn, fly out into the water, turn around, and go in for the landing. Sounds about right. 3,000 feet. Let's see, let it drop. I'm just gonna let it drop. Let it drop. What's that about? Okay. Coming up on the airfield now. Still maintaining about 3,000 feet roughly. Okay. I think I see the airfield here, but it's very difficult to tell at this point. Let's just keep going towards it on the MFD here. This trimming is also quite difficult, to be honest. Let's just continue dropping slowly. There it is, and let's take a right turn here. There it is. The airstrip is directly beneath us, and let's go and perform that turn. Let's actually drop that gear, drop that flap, and we will climb once again, but hopefully the gear counteracts that. Okay, fly over the water whilst dropping. Down a little bit to allow us. Let's have a look outside here. There it is. Lovely. You can keep going a little bit more. I don't want to drop altitude too much because when we do the turn, I believe we will bleed off a lot of it, especially because we're traveling quite slowly. Anyway, 3,000 feet roughly still. Let's just go ahead and make the turn, why not? I'll cut the throttle to allow us to drop even faster. Yep, very steep descent as you guys can see. We are making the turn. About 2,500 I believe. There it is. Okay, we are in line. I hope you guys can see the airfield where we're about to land at, because it is quite difficult to see. Constantly trimming this. I still don't have a good feel. I haven't flown the King Air in a long time. I keep jumping between aircrafts. Maybe I should stick to one aircraft for a week, then another aircraft, just to get used to it. I've flown the King Air. Can't remember when. If you see my channel, you'll see I had a flight from Punta Islita to Carrillo a long time ago. That was, I believe, one of the last King Air flights. No, I did do a Courchevel flight with a King Air, not the Extreme Unreal one, another one. Anyway, let's just go back in for landing. We're looking quite stable. Everything is set as we want. 500 feet, maybe a little too low. Let's actually flatten out our descent here. Okay, cut the throttle once again. This is a touch and go. Remember, as you guys can see, you see the big trees right at the end of the runway? We're going to have to clear them, so that's a challenge. That is a big challenge. throttle. Okay, we're coming in. Coming in. Okay. Push up the throttle. Okay, and we have takeoff. Gear up. Oh, just cleared it. Just cleared it. Crazy. That is crazy. Okay, we can actually go ahead and put our flaps up as well now. Let's make sure. Oh, look at that. That's where we just took off from. Well, touch and go. Okay, let me get back inside here because we are beginning to stall. Okay, we can continue this flight now on to MRIA, which is Islita Airport, where we will come to a complete stop, and then from there we will take off. A stop and go, as I like to call it. So let's continue this short leg on to Islita. We can already see it on the map. MFD. Okay. Go at 50% throttle. We don't really need too much throttle. And 2,000 feet. I don't want to go above it, to be honest. I really don't. Okay. We can actually begin descending slowly if we like. I don't think we'll get this inside. Luckily for us, MRIA, like I said, is a paved runway and we can see its direction on the map. So we don't really need to locate it. We can just quickly, fly over it. And turn to our left at this current altitude, which is roughly 2,000? Yeah, not exactly. The wind is pushing me left and right, but okay. Actually go ahead and begin our left turn right now. It's a steep left turn. I do not want to be doing that. Let's actually drop the flaps right there to push us up, just like that. Drop the gear as well. Push the flaps down again. That pushes up as well. Wait for the aircraft to stabilize. Okay, that's it, right there. The passengers must be throwing up. Well, not too worried about them. This flight is more of a joyride than anything else. Okay, we don't want to go any higher than 3,000 as we come to make the 180 about turn into Islita, where we will perform a full stop and go, so we don't need to worry about clearing any obstacles. The constant trimming is a problem because of all the takeoffs, landings in such short period of time. Okay, let's just turn right here quickly and head out.
Landing here. Landing here. Landing here.
Sorry. I forgot we already had landing gear down. There we are. We're descending rapidly as we slow down. We can cut the throttle completely now. And begin some sort of a lineup here. There it is. You can see Islita. Oh, we're not going to slow down in time, are we? We could always do a side slip to slow down. That is a crazy side slip. Okay, let me do that better. There we go. Little side slip there. Okay, there we go. That is much better. Much better. Lost about... Oh, okay, that is definitely enough. That was intentional, by the way. I'm just trying to prevent us from climbing in speed. Okay, actually, I'm not actually too worried right now. Okay, let us flatten out this rapid descent and land into
500.
Punta Islita. Like I said, action-packed flight today. Okay, 114. Now it's a little higher than what I want to be coming in at, but we are low, so I'll open the throttles out a little bit. Ooh, too much. There we go. What's our altitude? Let's actually sit down here. What is our altitude? 170. Oh, look at this. All these trees in the way, and we have to land. Come on. Ooh, right in between the clearing. We are going for a
Stall.
We might need to. Luckily for us, the Beechcraft can stop on a dime. There we are. Rather rough landing at Punta Islita, but come to a complete stop here. Let's turn our aircraft around. It is such a slippery aircraft, this one. The tanker is on the grass. Okay, let's put our parking brakes on for a second. Put it right here. Silence that. Have a look outside. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Punta Islita. Just put the flaps on takeoff already. Look at it. It's very nice, isn't it? I actually really like this airport for some reason. And if you look up ahead, you will see that. Look at that. We had to clear these trees as we came in for our approach. This one came through the clearing in for our landing. Anyway, now that we're stopped here, before we take off again, let me just check if anyone has said anything in the chats. Oh, plenty. Hello, Plane Epic Blocks. Hello, welcome. It's the first time I'm seeing you. Welcome to the stream. That was mad, really cool. Thank you, Anas. Thank you. Coast Live. Sorry, I think it's. I'll just call you Coast. Is that fine? Coast Livek 8 says hello. How are you? Thank you. Welcome to the stream. What is the airplane you're flying tomorrow? We'll see towards the end of the stream. We can discuss what aircraft we will fly tomorrow. Hello, Coast Live. Hello, Epic Blocks. And I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. Let's actually go ahead and take off from Punta Islita now, and we will move on to Carrillo. Carrillo is right here. Carrillo is right about there. So yeah, let's just take off towards Carrillo. We'll come to a full stop at Carrillo, and you'll see why. It's tucked away in this corner. I've actually landed there before, so release. Full throttle right away. Oh, forgot we were in reverse. Never mind that, ladies and gentlemen, never mind that. Flaps are set, and let's go. Just gonna go take off here. Pretty much public transportation style here. We are flying this plane like it's a public bus. There we are, we have takeoff, positive rate. Here can come up. Okay. We don't even need to put our flaps up for this one. We'll just fly out a little bit into the ocean and fly parallel to the path that you see on the MFD. Where's our flap sitting right now? Actually should have a look at it. Look outside, see where we took off from. There it is. That is Punta Islita, where we took off from, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely, isn't it? Now we are heading on to Carrillo. And we'll fly along the coastline here. Sit up so you guys can have a better view, slightly better view. And the pilots are screaming, but the passengers are definitely screaming, but the pilots are having the time of their life. That is for sure. Okay, we'll move on to Carrillo now and come to a full stop at Carrillo as well. You'll see why. It is the only grass runway we'll be landing at today. It's grass/dirt. It's a lovely place. To me, Carrillo is the true definition of a bush hop. There is nothing there but that strip, and just surrounded by trees, very lovely. Okay, so we'll try and maintain somewhere near 2,000 feet here, and yeah, also turn the aircraft a little towards the coastline, just there, so we can see it. We can go up to 3,000 feet. I don't want to go any higher than that. I do not want to go any higher than that. So I'm giving myself a block altitude of 15 to 3,000. Ideally 2,000. Okay, here we are. Now Carrillo, with a slippery aircraft, it's very stubborn when it comes to slowing down like the Beechcraft. We kind of have to be mindful to make sure that we have long enough of a final. So what we will do here, you guys can see, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to go along this way, come and take a turn right about here, and then fly into Korea like this. So we're going to go turn and into Korea, turn and into Korea. Okay, we're climbing way too rapidly here to be. Cut that for a bit and bring this down. Okay, go towards the coastline a little bit. We're going to be performing a full stop at Carrillo. The cursor misbehaving. Don't worry about it. Okay. Look at how lovely this looks. I just can't get over it. It's lovely, isn't it? Let's actually have a look at that from the co-pilot's point of view. Okay, we're climbing too much. I need to bring this thing down. Trim down definitely a little bit, and I'll also actually begin our descent into Carrillo in about a minute. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The co-pilot view doesn't do anything good, does it? Let's go back to our regular view here. We are climbing way too much. I am going to begin this descent right away rather than wait for it. Now cut the throttle, drop that gear right away. Push our flaps down as well. Cut throttle completely, and there we go. We can now begin a steep turn into Carrillo. Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying this flight so far. Oh look, there's a landing strip right ahead of us. You reckon we should go for it? I don't know, we'll just stick to our plan. I really want you guys to see Carrillo first. Oh, that landing strip in front of me is tempting me. It is calling me to land. But no, I should probably stick to what we planned, so we'll just go into Carrillo. That looks very difficult to land into. It has so many trees. I don't think this is the way to approach if we're to land in that airstrip that you see right ahead of us. I don't think that's the way. So we'll just stick to Carrillo here. Just stick to Carrillo. Carrillo. It is spelled Carrillo. I am making an attempt at pronouncing it in Spanish. I have no idea whether that's correct. Okay. For the more eagle-eyed amongst you, you will be able to notice a landing strip dead ahead of us, and that is Carrillo, ladies and gentlemen. Little strip, tucked away, easy to miss. I'm heading dead for it. I'm pretty sure you guys can pick that up now. Okay. Our flaps are fully down. Our gear is fully down. There we are, flying. Look at the wind pummeling us. Beautiful, isn't it? This aircraft is so lovely now. So lovely. Anyway, let's get back inside. Little settlement there. Believe me, where we're going, there are not many buildings. Okay, we're a little high. Want to skim that ridge, the treetops that you see right ahead of us. I want to skim the top of it. So let's just drop our altitude. That will give us a very smooth touchdown into Carrillo. Touch and go and no, sorry, stop and go at Carrillo. If you're wondering what a stop and go is, that is a term I just made up. I don't know if that's real. Never heard of it. But what I'm calling a stop and go is I'll come to a complete stop at the runway, turn around at the end, have a look at the airstrip, change a couple of settings in the aircraft if there is need be, check the chat, turn around and take off, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's skim those treetops on our way in to Carrillo. Give it a bit of trim here. Trimming up here to arrest this mad descent. Okay, much better. Much better. And let's give it a little bit of throttle. I'll open it up. Don't want to stall. Close that. Look at that dirt strip, and that is dirt / grass, and it is Carrillo, and there's a road right ahead of where we're gonna land. Hopefully we don't clip into someone's vehicle. I'm not too bothered about that. Hello, sir. And landing into Carrillo, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, still floating, and we're down. Luckily, as I mentioned, this aircraft really does not need much room to stop. We just use the wheel brakes, and we've completely come to, well, basically a stop. Just go towards the edge. Look at this place. Look at this lovely, lovely place here. Just make a turn here. Stop on the... Stop right about here into the grass. Make a stop. Parking brakes. Push our flaps up to takeoff position. Right here in preparation for our takeoff. And ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived into Carrillo. Look at that. If there ever was a definition of bush hopping, the perfect picture right here. Look at that. Look through the grass. Let me take a screenshot right there. Oh yeah. Look through the grass, and that is bush hopping, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about it. Lovely, isn't it? Anyway, let me have a look at the chats before we continue our journey here. We'll take off. And look at that livery as well. Anyway, I'll let you guys enjoy the view here. Oh, I can't decide which one. Okay, just quickly check the chats before we carry on to our next destination. Max Plains is asking me, what is a missed approach? A missed approach, Max Plains, is what happens when, while trying to establish an approach, for some reason you decide that you're not going to carry on with the landing. Maybe the approach is too high, you're coming in too fast, maybe you haven't stabilized, maybe you haven't carried out all your checklist items, maybe you're just not confident, or you don't have runway visuals in time, you've reached your minimum decision altitude. That's a point at which you either gain visuals of the runway, or you continue, or you have to attempt again. So a missed approach happens when, in any of these cases, you decide to abort the landing, come around for another attempt at landing. So that's basically what a missed approach means. Max Plains says... Max Plains says, wow, 5 viewers. Yes, Max Plains, today we have 5 viewers for now. Very lovely, very lovely. I'm happy about that. And Anas says, I think he meant missed approach. Yes, he did mean missed approach, Anas. He did. Okay, with that, let's get back inside our aircraft and take off and continue on to our next destination, which is Samara Airport, which is MRMR. If you come inside, you can see MRMR there. That's Samara Airport. And at Samara Airport, we'll perform a touch and go. So this was our last stop and go before our final destination at Nicoya. Nicoya or Nicoya, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. So Samara or Samara Airport. That's where we'll perform a touch and go at Samara. I'll call it Samara. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, release and full throttle immediately. There is a car in the dirt runway. Why are you doing that? Okay. Let's just go ahead with our takeoff here. Okay. We have the gentle liftoff, gear up. Samara, huh? I've never been to Samara Airport. I have no idea what that looks like. I don't know which orientation. The runway headings, I have no idea about any of those things, but we will find out, won't we, ladies and gentlemen? That's the whole idea of a visual flight. We'll fly over the airstrip, especially because the leg is so short, as you guys can see. Actually, we'll just leave it on flaps 1. We don't even need to. Because the leg is so short, we'll just fly over the airport, hopefully. Then we'll have a visual on it. Oh my goodness, the wind. Crazy here. Yeah, we are expecting 10 to 11 knot winds on these final legs. Yep, 10-11 knot wind is quite significant at this altitude for this aircraft. MRMR, let's see. Is that what we see? MRMR to off to our right there? Is that MRMR? And it definitely is. I believe a grass runway. Okay, so I have no idea where it is. I don't have any visuals. Let's look underneath us. Views. This is the only airstrip that I see. For now, at least. And that might be MRMR? I don't know. It's supposed to be immediately to our right. Yep. That has to be MRMR. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and make that turn out onto the coastline. All these runways are basically perpendicular to the coastline. Makes sense. We expect the same general direction in the wind for airstrips that are so close together, and it is a grass or dirt runway at MRMR. We're way too high. I don't like it. We just allow the aircraft to drop here, drop the gear, push the flaps down completely, and we'll be pushed up. We can just cut the throttle, push our nose down, bring back the throttle there, and there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, we're gonna keep this. We just cut it a little bit, yeah. That's better. I think we can begin our turn, don't you think? Maybe a little bit more out. And we are at 3,600 feet, so let's actually descend, go a bit more out towards into the water, and then we'll begin our descent. Not our descent, my bad. Our turn into Samara Airport. Samara Airport. Why not? Samara. Okay, we are now beginning our descent. Let's actually make the aircraft turn now quite steeply, so hopefully that will help us bleed some altitude off and cut the throttle as well, so we can bleed speed off as well quite rapidly. Nightmare for the passengers, heck of a good time for the pilots, especially if you're into this kind of rough flying, which I am, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there we have the airstrip right ahead of us. In fact, we could actually perform an approach into Carrillo from this point. That's how close they are. Can we actually see Carrillo? I think so. think we can actually see Carrillo. Yeah, there is Carrillo. In case you guys are wondering where Carrillo is, it is here. This clearing is Carrillo. That's where we took off from. Interesting, isn't it? That's just where we took off from. Okay, it's hard flying it like this. Let me just go back to... Okay, 100... okay, we're looking okay. Let's trim it up a little bit more to allow us to form a... Oh, no. Wait. This is the same airstrip. I didn't realize it. Samara, or Samara, is the same airstrip we literally... I passed over the airstrip saying, oh, it's probably not a good idea to land into it because it has trees at the blocking our descent path. It's not a good idea to land into it, and that's why I decided not to. And it turns out that was one of our waypoints this whole time. They were so close together I couldn't even tell. Would you look at that? Okay. I don't think there's a effective way to approach from this side. I don't even know how people land at this. Can we? Oh no. I think we're gonna have to stop and go here. I don't think there's a way to do a touch and go here. This is crazy. We're scheduled for a touch and go at Samara, but I don't think I can make a touch and go at Samara. Oh my goodness, should we just do a stop and go and not risk it? No, I'm gonna attempt it. What the hell? Why not, ladies and gentlemen, why not? It is a simulator for a reason, isn't it? Look at those treetops there. Oh, we should have definitely approached from the other side. That was so obvious from a mile away. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Okay, doesn't matter. Too late to complain. Time to fly. Okay, I'm flying the clearing here. Okay, I have everything on realistic, by the way. If I probably touch anything, it's gonna crash. Okay. 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 Okay, we have it. Let's push up our throttle and take off. Touch and go successful. Gear up. Flaps up. Flaps up completely now. We are heading on to our next waypoint, ladies and gentlemen. That was a success. I didn't expect it. Very short touch and go. But at least we were able to perform that touch and go, and we have got a temperature warning, I believe. It goes away very quickly. Let's climb out here. Let's have a look at what we just did. Where is that? There it is. That is where we just took off from. Trying to show you guys. Look at that. That is where we just performed a touch and go. Just go back inside before I lose control of the aircraft. The next waypoint we're going to fly towards is MRNS, which is Nozara. Nozara, I don't know. I'm just going to call it Nozara. Nozara is scheduled for another touch and go. This time we have runway direction, and it is a paved runway. Probably concrete or bituminous or asphalt, or is it bitumen or bitumen? No, it sounds better when you say bitumen, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway, we're in no rush, so let's just fly out along the coast here. And we will use that coastline as a guide to take us into our next waypoint. Won't bother too much about what the flight plan says. At Nozara, it is a touch and go, ladies and gentlemen. The only paved runway touch and go for today's flight at Nozara. After that, we are definitely going into our final destination for today, which is Nicoya. Once I land in Nicoya, I will ask you guys in the chat whether you'd like to continue this flight on to explore the area a little bit more, because there are a couple of other... There's a lot of small airstrips in this region. So we could even fly back to where we originated from, you know, given that the stream is probably a little short for a bush hop. I mean, I did do this on purpose. I wanted to see how bush hopping would be on live stream. see some short waypoints, but I did promise one of my consistent viewers, Max Plain, that I would perform a longer live stream today. So after we reach our final destination, which is Nicoya, I'll take some suggestions for tomorrow's live stream, and as well as the regular video uploads as well, if you guys have any suggestions. Anyway, let's just go ahead and perform this touch and go here. Then I'll explain more about what we do. Okay, let's see. Do we have visuals? No, we don't. Drop the gear, drop the flaps completely. We don't have any visuals. I've never flown into this airport. We are definitely high, aren't we? We are definitely high, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, you know what we'll do? At least we can perform a flyover over the airport. Ah, there it is. You think I can make this landing? I don't think so. It is a tight one. So what we'll do is, it's not a landing, my bad. It's a touch and go. We actually have a look at the airport. Okay, I don't think there's a hill in the way of this approach. Maybe probably we should approach it from the other side. What do you guys think? Yep, I think so. I think we should approach it from the other side. Or should we try and go through that gap? You know what? What the hell? Let's do it. Let's try and make this highly non-recommended approach like this. In case if it's too unstable, I'll just perform a missed approach. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, here we go. See that clearing that I'm trying to aim for? I'm pretty sure they do not approach from this side. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't. Suppose we are touch and go, we might come to a complete stop depending on how successful this goes out. Okay, we're too high. This is a foolish idea to try and land here. Runway 4. Okay, but we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, and we can perform a very short. Okay, effectively that's a touch and go. So there we go. We have touched the runway. Up, flaps up, on our way to the final destination. That was the briefest touch and go I have ever performed, but a successful touch and go nonetheless. That too with an approach that you're definitely not supposed to take. The actual approach is supposed to be from the other side, but I think that was fun. That was real fun. Anyway, go outside. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. These hills create so much air current, it's very hard to control the aircraft in this. Anyway, we are on to our final destination where we'll perform a loop before we land. We can discuss. Okay, back to what I was saying. After we land at Nicoya, which is where we're headed right now, that's supposed to be our final destination according to today's itinerary, but if you guys would like, I could continue bush hopping around the place and even go back to where we started off from. So I don't really mind. So it's up to you guys. We'll decide once we actually reach the destination on whether or not to continue or leave it here for today. Maybe I will also take suggestions at that point about what live streams you'd like to see in the future. I do have a longer air safari planned out, by the way. It will be it's an air safari towards the east of Africa, around the Horn of Africa, around Ethiopia, that region. I have a nice air safari planned for you. Unfortunately, I don't think I can perform that flight using the King Air. We won't be able to see some of the fauna. It takes away from the safari part of it. If we can't see the animals, what's the point, right? But it is so beautiful, and it's very different to your traditional bush hopping. It has such incredible scenes, everything from mountains to desert to really lovely colored water to forests, savanna. Very nice custom flight. It took me forever to plan, and if you guys would like that one, we can do that tomorrow. But I'll have to pick another aircraft. I don't think I should perform that in the Beechcraft King Air. It's too fast. You won't be able to see. You won't be able to see the animals. So I'll see. Maybe in a Beechcraft Bonanza G36, or maybe in like a Grand Caravan, a Cessna, or that one I can do a lot of crazy things along the way. Fly real close to the ground, do all sorts of crazy stuff. You know, enjoy that flight, that VFR flight to the fullest. Anyway, I'll pick up you guys' suggestion once I land. I'll have a look at the chat. So leave your suggestions down below, both for upcoming streams and tomorrow's stream, as well as whether I should continue today's stream, just continue bush hopping, or just call it a day after I land. Maybe I'll we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, as you can see, we're coming on to our final destination as of now, called Nicoya. We focus on the flying a little bit. I've been talking too much and the altitude's been going all over the place. We could begin a slight descent, I guess. There's too many mountains. I've never flown into this airport before, so let's have a look outside. Look at that. Lovely is the word. Let's go back inside, and our airport, we are approaching it quite fast, is on our left and the runway directions, as you guys can see them. Where is it? Do you have visuals? Because I don't. I do not. No problem. We're probably gonna... it should be right there. There it is. I see it. I see it. If you guys are wondering where it is, can you guys see it? Let me just tilt the wing. There it is. Right at the propeller hub. Look at the propeller hub. You will see the runway right there. There it is. That is the runway we're going to be landing at Nicoya. Nicoya, whatever. However you pronounce it. I don't really know. Okay. What we'll do, this approach looks very easy and stable. Let's just make our turn right now. Get parallel to the runway. Fly out in that direction like this towards the hills, drop altitude while we do that. We climbed in that turn. What was it supposed to do that? Drop the gear, drop the flaps, cut the throttle completely. Aircraft will get pushed up. We can counteract that by cutting the throttle. As you can see, there's hills off to our right, off to our left, so I'll just go out into the clearing and then make a turn. Don't want to crash into a hill, so we'll just go out a little bit, maintain a bit of altitude as well. I'm not going to complain about the 3,000 feet for now. Okay, give it some throttle. Again, guys, the reason the flight is so unstable today is the wind is actually serious. No jokes. Okay, let's look behind us. There is the runway, and there is a hill to the right, to the left, to the everywhere. Oops, this is why I hate going outside without autopilot. You lose control immediately. Okay. Anyway, let's just go ahead and begin this turn, I guess. I'll try and avoid that hill that's going to pop up to our left when I make this turn. Go right a little bit here. Cut the throttle because we're way too fast. And then I'm going to go left here. Quite steeply. And until I see the hill, I should probably not descend too fast. Okay, there is one hill right there. Okay, descent rate is okay. 1,000 feet. Oh, that's too much. That takes us immediately into stall category. Flaps have been dropped. And let's see. There's another hill coming up on our left that I desperately do not want to crash into. Okay, descent rate is still going, and okay, we're good. Oh, that hill is way away. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, preparing for final descent into our destination today, Nicoya, or Nicoya, however you like to say it. The minimum safety altitude on our previous leg was 3,000 feet, by the way. Just so you guys know, and it is very, very bumpy, my goodness. Okay, I cannot see. Okay, let me just turn into the runway heading right now. So I can see the runway runway as I attempt this landing. Okay, I see the runway. Great. Our altitude doesn't give me much hope. My throttle is on idle this whole time and the speed won't drop because of the wind. Oh, what a bumpy approach this is, man. Again, coastal waters, mountainous region, small turboprop aircraft. Well, it's a fairly large aircraft, but you get what I mean. A turboprop aircraft, windy day. Oh, that is a deadly combination to be flying by hand. Even with autopilot, you'll be seeing this thing shaking all over. But here we are on our approach. 1,000 feet is a little higher than what I would like. And okay, at least our speed has definitely dropped off. Clear path ahead of us. That's also good news. Let's come in and land here. Oof. I'm not putting any rudder input, by the way. This is all the wind pushing us up and down. Okay, that throttle opening. Okay, this is crazy. We have to land here. Okay. Again, zero rudder input, guys. This is not me. This is just the wind. Look at the angle at which we're approaching this thing. Okay, trying to flatten out the climb here. Okay. Perfect. The wind is pushing us off the runway. However, we have defeated the wind, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's just quickly taxi that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was so enjoyable for me. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching that, because that was crazy, guys. I'll tell you what, that was crazy. Oh my goodness. Let's go outside and watch this aircraft push up the flaps here. Watch this aircraft make that turn. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have landed at Nicoya. Let's actually go ahead and take it into this fuel station here. You know, we can actually refuel at these fuel stations on the ground. I actually discovered that one day. I'll actually leave it at this angle, just so that in case you guys want to see another flight, I can quickly just cut the throttle out. Come on, turn. There you are. It's so difficult to turn this thing, isn't it? Okay, we will leave it right here, blocking the taxiway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was our landing into our final destination as of now, called Nicoya. And that was beautiful. I loved it. I absolutely enjoyed that. Absolutely enjoyed that. Unfortunately, we don't have replay. I didn't want to risk running the replay right now, so I'm not going to do it. But maybe in the coming streams, I'll actually try and do the replays. But that was lovely, wasn't it? It was so good. Now let me just, now that we've come to a stop, let me just check what the chat section is saying. Okay, Okay, Max Plains. It would be really cool if you keep the video going. You know what? I'm actually gonna do that for you. Let's actually go ahead and fly on to maybe one more leg, and we can actually fly a long leg, because this stream has been full of, you know, short legs, as enjoyable as they were. Let's fly one long leg where we can actually use the autopilot today. Still a bush hop, but back to our origin. We can perform a landing there. Tomorrow you want the ATR or the 777? Okay, tomorrow I won't be able to do the ATR. That's an aircraft I need to familiarize myself with again. For the past couple of days, it takes like a day to do that, so Can't do the ATR tomorrow. The 777 again, haven't flown it in a while. I'll let you know what I can do with the ATR or the 777 if I can actually perform that tomorrow. But most likely tomorrow's live stream, I'm going to be taking the same aircraft, the King Air, and I'm going to be taking it into the Air Safari that I have planned out. Where hopefully not the King Air, sorry, I'll have to fly the Bonanza to take us into the Air Safari that I have planned out for us tomorrow. It's either going to be that. I really will try and do an ATR or a 777, but I can't promise that one right now. So in case I can't, it will probably be the Air Safari with a G36 Bonanza. We'll see how it goes. I could surprise you with something tomorrow. But for now, I think, as per Max Plane's request, why don't we just quickly go inside, go to our flight plan here, and what we'll do is we will take our origin today. What we'll do is we will take our origin right now. Let's do this. Let's clear everything right now. What do you think? Active flight plan. Let's do a direct to. Not Nico, yeah, cancel. Let's set our destination as where we took off from, which is MRTR in Tambor, and our origin as Nicoya, or where we are right now, MRNC. Ta-da! And we'll fly. We don't have any en route waypoints. We'll just fly directly. Well, we could go back. I mean, that's a little too much to try and go back and perform all the touch and goes and landings all the way till the destination. Don't you think that's a little too much, or what do you think? You think that would be really cool? Actually, unfortunately, I don't even think I have the time to do that. Yeah. So what we'll do is I can't perform all of these, unfortunately. I just can't. I don't have enough time today. Maybe some other day. But for now, what we can do is we can continue from here, which is MRNC or Nicoya, and we can actually fly directly to the Tambor, where we took off from today. So from our so that we complete a loop, like this. It's very nice, isn't it? So let's actually go ahead and do that then. Let's just go straight back to Tambor. Let's go to map, direct to cancel. Okay, my bad. Tambor here, direct to activate. That'll give us this flight plan right here, which is the one we'll follow. Okay? All right, as per request, we shall now continue and go back to where we took off from, perform a nice loop, basically an egg shape, once we come back into our departure point for today. Let's see. What do you guys think about that? Yeah? Just quickly read the chats before takeoff here. Anything in the chats? Okay, that sounds cool. Great, Max Plane. What is the biggest airplane you have seen in real life? Well, if you're asking me, I haven't seen much. Just an A380, I guess. I wish I could have seen the Antonov. I have seen a cargo. I think I've seen one of those. No, I think it's still an A380. Yeah, it's an A380. Anyway. Excellent. Anas has also joined us. Okay. Let me now continue the takeoff back to our origin point of today's flight. Landing lights are on, taxi lights are off. You know what? Let's turn off. Let's do it properly. Why not, right? Strobe lights to off, pitot heats, and let's turn them off now. Let's leave them on for now. Let's see. Anything else? Okay, that's cool. Max Planes has seen the AN124. That is really cool. I love that aircraft. Love it. Okay, everything is set here. We don't worry about the autopilot or anything. A lot of the settings here carry over, and we can taxi out to the runway for our final leg of today, which is a paved runway to paved runway. Return back to where we took off from. That's poetic. I like it. Trying not to crack open the throttle on the taxi, but I think I need to open it anyway. Okay. We are basically at the runway. We're just gonna line it up like so. And let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights, turn off taxi lights. Strobe lights can come to on here. pitot heats are already on. Do we have any other checklist items we need to perform? Checking flaps. Oh yeah, let's drop our flaps to takeoff position. Flaps have been dropped to takeoff. Transponder is on. We are ready for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a quick look outside before we perform the last leg for today, which will be from Nicoya back to the airport of Tambor. Okay. Let's go. Release. Okay, you know what? Let's just throttle up. Release parking brake. Plenty of wind, as you can see. Throttle is next to destroyed at this point. Just take off. Brilliant. Gear up. Okay. Actually, go ahead and engage the autopilot now. And the O damper needs to be on. Our navigation needs to be on. VS needs to be on. We can push that VS down here. Flaps can clearly go up. Alright. For the first time we have engaged autopilot and we're flying this leg on autopilot today. Let's go outside, have a look, ladies and gentlemen. That is the runway we just took off from, and we are on our way to Tambor. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the winds today. We're on autopilot, and look at the way how it's being thrashed around. Just so you guys know that wasn't me. Okay. Everything seems to be working. GPS mode correct. We should probably climb. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave it. Let's go outside and have a look at some of the views here. Lovely, isn't it? Oh, beautiful. Allowing you guys to soak in those views and understand the level of turbulence we are contending with today. So make sure that I can clear that hill that's coming ahead of us. Look at that. Lovely, isn't it? By the way, Max Planes, in case you're wondering if we are aviation people. Definitely. Look at that. I mean, probably. Okay, we're clearing these hills, just making sure. Look at these lovely views. Again, we're only able to do this because this leg we're actually flying using the autopilot. We are being battered by the winds, regardless if the plane is struggling. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, what speed are we looking at? Ah, that's good. So we reach there quickly, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my goodness. We are gonna pass by very close to that, aren't we? Oh. Okay, that's cool. We cleared it. Look at that. People actually living here or something? That's nice, right? What a view. Lovely. Beautiful, isn't it? 500 call-outs there. Ooh, look at that ravine right there. It's not exactly a ravine, is it? It's just a hill making a nice little formation there. Look at that. Right there. Interesting. I have to keep looking forward because you never know when we're going to get too close to a hill. At this point, I think we should call the mountains, show them some respect, rather than calling them little hills. Look at that. Would you look at that? Oh, wow, man. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. Isn't this lovely? Okay, once again, we have a hill ahead of us just to make sure we clear it. Brilliant. Brilliant. Passing by very, very close to these hills. Especially with the winds today, we could probably get slammed down into them, so that's why I'm keeping an eye on this clearance with the hill. Hopefully we'll make this one, so let's just go outside. Oh man. I don't know why that just looks really nice, doesn't it? The trees look so lovely today. This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are too. Another hill which we'll make. Look around in a free look mode as well, so we can point out stuff, I guess, if you see anything. Lovely. Okay. And let's see, let's go back inside. Still a bit of distance left, about 30 nautical miles left. 1313. We're still going to, what we're going to actually do is, should we approach in from the land or go around, you know, fly over the water, turn around and then land into the airport? I think we should fly over, turn around and then land, right? We'll do it that way. Although we did take off in that direction. We'll see. We'll see. Lovely. Oh, look at that. There's a little building. Is that a building? Some sort of building there. That's nice. Man, I'm such a country boy. I definitely wish I could live in a place like this. One day I will. Oh wow, look at how close that is to these hills. Luckily, we're not in the, by chance by the way, we're not in the way of that. Had we been flying over that, that would have crashed. For sure. But look at that, just got pushed down, would have been slammed onto that hill. Lovely. Let's go back inside here. Oh, seeing the engine and the outside in one view. I think that's the best that you can get. Take a screenshot of that real quick. I see. Lovely. Let's see. Okay, we're crossing a river now. That's nice. Coming up on another hill. Shall we go to the gear view to see if we'll clear it? Yes, we will. Alright, Max Plane. I understand it's quite late here, late in Denmark. Okay, you gotta go soon. Alright, I appreciate you streaming in. Streaming, my man. I appreciate you tuning into my stream today, and I really appreciate your support of the past streams. Hopefully you continue to join on my streams and watch my videos as I upload them. I promise I'm going to be uploading way more videos soon. I'm still working on that video format I talked about. But yeah, but the landing is really soon. As you can see, we can see the water already. So the landing is really, really soon. So hopefully you'll be able to catch the landing before you go. I'm not sure. I'll also be able to give you a replay as well this time. Oh, just over the top. And there's the runway. You see the runway right there? So what we're going to do is go over the water, take a turn, and come back in and land into this runway. Okay, so yeah. Let's do that right away. Go back inside. Sorry, never supposed to do that, by the way. There's the airstrip we're going to be landing in, where we took off from originally today, by the way. Ah, okay. Lovely. My goodness, this was an enjoyable stream for me. I hope everyone who watched this enjoys it, and I hope everyone who watches afterwards enjoys this. Let me know. Okay, let's go back inside. It's definitely time to cut the throttle here. Move autopilot. Throttle down quite significantly. And hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a replay. Okay, we're dropping too much. Let me take control of this. Let's actually drop the gear down. Flaps to approach. And we'll immediately get pushed back up. Still at the coast, we should fly out just a little bit more. And let's go to approach flaps, which we have, and let's cut the throttle because we are about to perform a very sharp turn. Okay, we'll hold altitude. The wind has calmed down a little bit. I don't want to jinx it, but the wind did calm down a little bit, making it a bit easier to control the aircraft. I think you can feel that. Oh, you can see that. Speed is dropping. Just give it a halfway throttle. Okay, that's too much throttle. Okay. Excellent. Let's now go ahead and make this turn, ladies and gentlemen. We've left the coastline behind here. So, you know. Okay, let's go back down to 2,000 feet. Let's make the turn. Hope you enjoy it. Very sharp turn here. Throttles to idle. Lining up with the runway. Yes, a little higher than what I would like. Still attempting to line up with this runway here. I have to confess I've lost visuals of our runway. Hopefully as we come in closer I'll be able to see it. Maintaining 1,000. I'm not maintaining, I'm still dropping, so actually I have no idea where the runway is now. Okay, I have visual. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final landing of the day. And I want to thank you once again for tuning in. All my regular viewers, Max Planes especially, thank you so much, man. Anas, thank you so much. I know you've been popping in. For all the viewers, thank you so much. Let's enjoy the, you guys keep me motivated to continue posting, and I promise I'm gonna keep coming back with the varieties that I've been promising. It's gonna come. It's just, it's very difficult. I'm by myself, and it takes a lot of planning usually to do all this. So, but I'm gonna make this happen. I promise. Anyway, we're in for the runway right now. Hope you guys can see it. Let me sit up here. There will be jet stunt flights. There will be a lot coming, and my regular video uploads are going to get much more frequent. Currently, I do one video a week for regular uploads, live stream one every day. I want to take that to live stream 1 or 2 every day, 1 every day more likely, and regular videos to 1 every 3 or 2 days. Okay, let's focus on landing now.
500.
500. See, our speed is very low. Bit of wind, not too much. Much lower than our last landing. And there's a tree in the way. Why is there always a damn tree in the way? Okay, you know what? We should have approached it from the other side. But you know what we'll do? We'll sneak in through this clearing right here. How about that? How about that, ladies and gentlemen? We'll sneak in like this, and then we'll land. Okay, we will land. Okay. Oh, come on. A lot of wheel brakes and reverse thrust, and we have made it. I really wasn't expecting to see a tree at the end. That really threw me off a little bit, didn't it? But luckily we made a very good landing. Okay, decent landing. I'm not gonna toot my own horn here. Let's just go and park this in this direction. Yeah, we'll park it in this direction, right off the runway. Our parking brakes can come on here. Landing lights to off. Our strobe lights can come off here. Let's actually go ahead and feather our propellers. Have a look outside. Look at that. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, exactly where we took off from. We've landed. Lovely, isn't it? We'll disarm this. Turn off the pitot heats immediately. We'll actually also go ahead and put our throttles to ground, engines to low idle. Let's cut off our left engine. Look at that. Watch the propellers go off there. Left generators to off as well. We can do the same with our right engine. You can look at that from the outside. Okay. We can feather everything. We can turn off that. Okay, we got a bunch of warnings going off. No, never mind all of them. All these lights need to be off. Beacon lights can come off. Let's see, what else can go off? These are all off. Avionics master definitely off. The logbook popped up there. Never mind the logbook. And our flaps should probably go up. We should have done that before, but no problem. Flaps up and batteries to off, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, I should not have switched this off before I showed you guys the replay, right? Okay, unfortunately once again I won't be able to show you the replay, I guess. Yeah, because yeah, not gonna happen. So from next flight I promise I'll try and make the replay happen. But for this one, if I try and make the replay, it's probably gonna crash. I should have not shut down the engines. But anyway, no problem. Thank you for the comments, guys. Thank you for tuning in to my stream. Thank you for watching today's stream. Thank you for all the interaction. Thank you for all the positive comments. suggestions. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully a little earlier, maybe at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. That is okay. Basically 30 minutes before. Let me see. Let me actually quickly tell you guys the time for tomorrow's stream. Okay, so I'll tell you the time in UTC. Okay. I'll tell you that time in UTC. Let's see. Okay, I'll probably start tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC. So it will either be 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. UTC. Okay, so 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. UTC, I'll be able to do tomorrow's live stream. And which flight, I'm not sure. You'll just have to see tomorrow, I guess. I'll take your suggestions into account, but I can't promise anything right now. Otherwise, we'll continue our bush hopping tomorrow as well. So yeah, 5 p.m. UTC to 5:30 p.m. UTC. Either one of those times. Most likely the earlier one, 5 p.m. UTC. I'll start my stream tomorrow. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's flight. Let me leave you with the traditional drone shot of the area. And thank you so much for watching my video, watching my stream. And okay, Max Plain, do you have something to add on? Okay, so but here is where we landed at. No, it will be 30 minutes before, 5 p.m. UTC. 5 p.m. UTC, Universal UTC. That's just 30 minutes before the regular time. Let me actually tell you the time in Copenhagen, Max. Max Plains. 5 p.m. UTC. Let's see. 5 p.m. UTC in Copenhagen. Let's see. What would that be? Copenhagen. That will be 7 p.m. in Copenhagen, Max. Max Plains. It will be 7 p.m. in Copenhagen. That is 5 p.m. UTC. So 30 minutes before, I guess. Yeah, 7 p.m. Does that sound good? Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I really hope you enjoyed it today.